Welcome to the University Writing Center's presentation on writing research papers. This presentation will guide you through writing a successful research paper. We will discuss what a research paper is and is not, and then offer some writing tips to help you research and write. A research paper is usually about events, historic or current events, textual arguments, or personal interests. This paper should have a clear claim plus reasons or evidence. Your paper should contain evidence brought in from reliable sources that back up your thesis claim. A research paper should contain an introduction with a thesis statement, an essay body with an argument and a counterargument, a conclusion, as well as a works cited list. When attempting a research paper, it is good to understand what a research paper is not. A regular essay can be anything from exploratory to textual analysis, but they do not usually require you to do research. A book review tells readers about plot, characters, etc., reading and focusing on just one book. Again, not research. Lastly, a research paper is not a personal essay or an op-ed piece. Many of these works argue with emotional appeal to win over an audience. Again, this is not research. Now let's talk about writing tips. First, you are going to want to plan well. Planning well begins with the teacher's prompt being clear and asking the instructor about anything that may not be clear. Now that you understand the prompt well, look at which topics interest you the most. Brainstorm on which of those topics you would like to investigate through research. Now begin your research. You will find research material in searching databases, journals, and libraries. Don't forget about interviews and other primary research. Development of research questions should come after reading through many articles, relevant websites, and/or books. The tentative thesis statement usually comes from these research questions. Within your larger research area, you should be able to see the many smaller, more focused topics. Choose one of those focused topics to work with. Create a working hypothesis from this focused research information. You will revise this as you go, so keep in mind that your thesis statement is adjustable. With researching, you will want to, at first, skim or read abstracts to get a quick understanding of which source you would consider reading. After choosing a source, you should read it closely, that is, read over your source information while highlighting and/or taking notes, annotating. If you just highlight, you may not remember why you highlighted that line. You should now be ready to begin writing. You should be creating subject sections that come from the main pieces of your evidence and counter arguments that you've discovered. When you revise your thesis to have a clear claim plus reasons or evidence, you set up a mini-map for your essay's direction. When incorporating evidence, find which subject section that evidence belongs within so that you are speaking to those subject sections rather than bouncing from source to source. Also look for areas where you may still need research and/or where you have too much of their information and not enough of yours. Now you write. Often, students find that fleshing out that outline into body paragraphs and then working on the introduction and conclusion is helpful because they can review their rough draft of their paper body and write accordingly. Sometimes the introduction paragraph can cause writer's block, but the approach to writing is yours. Just start writing. After writing out your draft, you will want to focus on revision. Higher order concerns, such as focus or purpose, and/or development or evidence, are fundamental to an argument, and therefore it is the best place to start revision with these issues. These are big-ticket items that may make you do some rewriting and thusly change things that lower order concerns can encompass. Lower order concerns such as spelling and variety are the least things for which you should revise. This guide should aid you in your research paper writing, which can be daunting. With consideration to the items offered in this presentation, you should be well on your way to writing a successful research paper.